Hello, welcome everybody. This is the Breadly Assassin YouTube channel. I am the Breadly Assassin. Before we get too far, I just want to let everyone know that we are having some severe weather happening right now, and there's a very good chance the power might go out. And if so, I'm not cutting out on anybody on purpose. It's just I'm in South Louisiana right now, and we're getting some hurricanes, and I mean not hurricanes, some kind of weird weather anomaly where there's going to be some tornadoes and weird stuff like that. So if everyone can just bear with us, I'd really appreciate it. Let me set up my normal stuff before we move on. While everyone populates in here, I can get this set up and then we will move on. Okay, I think we good. Yep, looks like we okay. All right, for now. So like I said, if we cut out, it's the power, ladies and gentlemen. It's really crazy over here. They're projecting like in the next 3 hours, potential. It's raining and windy, but they're projecting like possible tornadoes and like hail and crazy stuff. So anyway, just real quick, want to get that out of the way. Also, for those that are new to the channel, if you scroll down to the description, we have links for cold storage wallets, all the equipment I use here on the stream, KuCoin referral code, and Breadly Assassin merchandise link. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, for everyone that monitors the stream, Monday we voted on what everyone would like me to give away this Friday, and the community chose Hoge Finance coin. So this Friday we'll be giving away 150,000 Hoge Finance coins here during the live stream Friday. And there is a video, a giveaway video on the YouTube Breadly Assassin YouTube channel, giving the exact date and time and amounts and all that. And it is this Friday at 3 p.m. Central Time. So make sure you have notifications on so you don't miss when we go live for your chance at completely free Hoge Finance coin. Okay, I have a ton of news to get into, so we're going to move right into that before everything else in case of the power outage. So let's get right into that right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just make sure I have everything up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with some Vechain news. There's obviously an absolute whirlwind of news with Vechain. In fact, if I missed something, I apologize. It's just there's so much to catch up on in a matter of a day and a half. It's amazing. They had the Vechain AMA with Mr. Sonny Liu, and he dropped bombshells on everybody, just as we expected. And for my March prediction of Vechain taking off this month, it's clearly, I mean, exploding. As you can see here, we're just going to start with Vechain targets highs after increased profit taking, and it says Vechain reached new all-time highs of approximately 8 cents as it continues on its quest to 56 cents. And some key takeaways here are Vechain reached a record high of approximately 8 cents on March 15th. Although investors took advantage of the rising price action to book profits, Vechain uptrend remains intact. It says as long as this cryptocurrency holds above 7 cents, odds will favor another upswing of 9 cents. And then coming down, it says Vechain on track for further gains. Vechain broke out of an inverse head and shoulders formation on February 9th. This pivotal moment occurred after a 2-year-long consolidation period, adding more significance to Vechain's upside potential. After successfully retesting the pattern's neckline at 3.6 cents in late February, which is actually the second, the last time I bought in at 3.8 cents. The last time I bought in is a couple of weeks ago, it felt like. But it says Vechain officially entered a new bullish cycle from a technical perspective. Now that this cryptocurrency has risen more than 100% since the retest, the inverse head and shoulders pattern project that Vechain could climb another 660% to hit a target of 56 cents. So like we said, very bullish on Vechain, and everything is happening now Of course, moving on, we have an official announcement of Proof of Authority 2.0, which I had projected would be coming right on the heels of the Vechain testnet that is on the testnet now. And as expected, that's exactly what happened. Yesterday, Mr. Sunny Liu announced that Proof of Authority 2.0 has already been deployed on testnet, which means faster transaction confirmations, higher security, transactions finality, and more capacity for new partners. Now, please keep in mind that doesn't mean that tomorrow all of a sudden you're going to have all these new partners and their products and everything online burning VeThor. But it means that in the next following months and years, you're going to have just a whirlwind of partnerships and partners coming onto the Vechain network and the VeThor blockchain. And it's just going to be incredible. So that's official now, which is the news everyone's been waiting for. And it's just incredible. So moving on, we have digital assurance, customer cases, authenticity, quality, sustainability. And the digital assurance is a massive company. It's kind of like a conglomerate of, well, let me show you guys what I pulled up. This is Authentic Vision right here. As you can see, they basically what you can see here, they bought into the tag trust trace program that Vechain has started implementing to and offering to customers to explain and bring in customers that can track their products, authenticate their products, all that sort of stuff, which is exactly what Vechain does. It's just like another branch. But back here you can see the digital insurance. They kind of touch on everything: beef producers, authenticate meats, verification of origins, QR codes, blockchains, everything Vechain does. And they're just now part of the Vechain family. But during the AMA, there were some non-disclosure agreements that Mr. Sunny Liu was touching on, and how he likes to allow their partnerships to come out and say that they use Vechain as opposed to Vechain mentioning them. Well, this was one that came out and said that Vechain is part of, they're working with Vechain to work with the tag trust trace, all that kind of stuff. And what's major about this company is they already had brands in place. And I want to show you guys something. They announced some of the live use cases on this company, and see if you recognize anything in here. HDMI. Yeah, the actual company that is the licenser for companies manufacturing high definition cables with an HDMI interface. So this company has come on board and is going to start migrating onto the Vechain and VeThor blockchain. So other companies in here as well, but I mean HDMI is pretty much being built into everything, so you can understand how massive that is for Vechain. I'm laughing because it's just so worldwide domination. And then this Authentic Vision thing right here was really cool. They came up with another little like hologram tagging solution to add onto the QR codes. Just another better quality, more performance out of QR code scanning and stuff like that for the blockchain. Moving on, this is the Authentic Vision thing we touched on: secure tagging and simple authentication, engaging your customers. This is on the partnership side, and then they come out apps and tracking platforms and everything from lubricants, wines and spirits, automotive parts, brand and technology licensing, agrochemicals, industrial products, and then again, this is a breakdown of the partners and the brands that use them. Moving on. More information from Authentic Vision. Stoos, who I believe is like the CEO of Authentic Vision, maybe, shared how the company created a new security standard with digital hologram and QR that can complement DNV's track and trace program. So all part of the Vechain family, just coming up with better solutions and innovative ways to improve the QR code scanning and that sort of stuff. And clicking over right here, you can see the company that is working with Vechain. They have your basic QR codes, and it says QR codes can easily be copied and distributed. Every copy is fully functional. And then Authentic Vision's patented unique holographic fingerprint is produced using a high random process by nature. Every shield is unique. And then, of course, they just go on to show the microprints, the NFC tags, everything that Vechain has been working on for the past couple of years and upgrading and moving onto the blockchain in the form of QR codes, NFC tags, all this stuff. This company is working in the same aspect in that field. Okay. And of course, we touched on before many times here on the Bradley Assassin YouTube channel that Vechain has had been partnering with many vaccine companies or working and distributing and tracking and tracing vaccines and vaccinations for the current pandemic and the current virus. Well, this is pretty big right here. Digital green certificates says digital green certificates is a digital proof that a person has been vaccinated against the virus, has recovered from the virus, or has a negative result from the vaccine. In addition to possible uses in healthcare, the aim of the certificate is to facilitate the safe, free movement of citizens of one member state to another in the UK member service, Europe member services. And this is basically just a partnership. It says exactly as what EH certification could offer, and now with the highest level of legislation from the Europe side, from the UK. And you can see the European Commission will help develop a legal solution for common framework on certificates, on vaccination, testing, and recovery to facilitate free movement within the UK. So yeah, this is just huge. I mean, we're talking government level partnerships and participation on the Vechain blockchain in terms of healthcare, which is obviously speaks for itself. And I'm going kind of quick, guys, because I'm so afraid to lose power right here. But moving on, Ubiquity, which we touched on a few days ago, that is now part of the Vechain family, now tied into the Government Blockchain Association. GBA is a global association whose mission is to bring together all levels of government with various industries to facilitate the adoption of blockchain technology. And being that Ubiquity joins the Government Blockchain Association, which was already partnered with Vechain, I mean, it's just not stopping. We are being bombarded with partnerships, global partnerships, just everything you could possibly hope for. Not to mention, this is all on the heels with the announcement of Proof of Authority 2.0. So it really felt like a lot of this was on hold because waiting on Proof of Authority 2.0, because Vechain 2.0, the Uniswap of Vechain blockchain is now on testnet. It's all happening right now. Crazy times. And lastly, and there's more that came out in the AMA, but I'm just touching on a few things. It says here, Vechain supports French D2C cosmetic brand to produce NFC-equipped bespoke lipsticks. And this is pretty cool. An emerging trend for the cosmetic industry in the incorporation of NFC near-field communications. NFC will continue to play an increasingly important role in digitalization, allowing users to send secure transactions, exchange digital content, or connect electronic devices via simple tap of a smart device. Today's tech-savvy consumers are more likely than ever to have NFC-enabled smartphones in their pockets. Brand owners are tapping into this emerging communication channel to deliver engaging experiences for consumers like never before. And this is really cool. This company, check this out. YZG, Sino-French D2C cosmetic brand, recently released its new line of customizable lipsticks with Vechain encrypted NFC embedded. The technology allows users to compose their own landing pages on the Vechain Thor blockchain. Together with its sustainable design, the user-defined landing pages creates a unique environment where consumers can handcraft personalized, everlasting stories, sharing loved ones, that sort of stuff. So customizable lipsticks brought on by this company that are using Vechain to work the entire back pages of it, backstory of it. Very cool. Moving on. I'm sure most of you saw yesterday and within the last 24 hours, but yesterday I was just able to upload a couple videos, but we're going to touch on this today. Cardano Coinbase Pro listing sets stage for price rally. Cardano is the latest cryptocurrency to earn a Coinbase Pro listing. Its price has risen sharply following the announcement and may surge further still. And that's why we hold, ladies and gentlemen, on amazing projects. That's why we hold. because you can see here Cardano surged by more than 20% within minutes after Coinbase Pro revealed it will add support for the project this week. If ADA continues to benefit from the Coinbase effect, it could be poised for further gains. The lack of significant resistance suggests that prices could aim for $1.40 if buying pressure accelerates. And after I break through this news, we'll touch on all the coin market cap recaps and all the pricing. So obviously, Cardano getting exactly what it needed for a nice little shot in the arm, so to speak. And that's the Cardano. So that was all the Vechain news. That's the Cardano news. Moving on to the Chainlink news, also major news. It says Grayscale. Everyone knows what Grayscale is at this point. Grayscale offers a new trust to invest in 5 more cryptos, including Filecoin and Chainlink. And you can see down here, it says Grayscale Investments, the world's largest digital asset manager, is digging into the world of decentralized finance with 5 new trust offerings Wednesday, including Chainlink's Link token, Brave Browser's Brave token, and Mana, the money for virtual world Decentraland. So pretty interesting that they're moving into these the Decentraland with the NFT type stuff, but Chainlink, as I've spoken many times, is my number 2 favorite long-term investment in all of the crypto space, with Vechain being number 1. And as you can see here, Grayscale now moving into Chainlink as well. So I'm expected to see some price moving on the positive in the upcoming weeks on that alone. Fantastic news. And a little bit of Hoge Finance news, ladies and gentlemen. Although we are down in price, which is fully expected with a coin this new and with such a low market cap, because you have so many of the early investors in Hoge Coin that were able to acquire upwards of 1 billion Hoge Coin. And what happens is, every time they sell off 100 million coin or so, it looks very the coin, the value of the coin moves substantially. But you can also say that in the other direction, when people invest in it and make purchases, it also moves a lot too. So a ton of validity in the coin right now, because it's only about a month old, and that's very expected. But we need those big wallet holders and whatnot to sell off to continue to get growth in the coin. But very expected. But this is some fantastic news for Hoge Finance. Certic is another audit company, and this is a much bigger audit company than the one I had previously reported on. The one that I previously reported on was I believe it was an audit that was needed to be listed on the BK index, BKEX. But Certic is much bigger. It's almost like a passport for a lot of large exchanges. So this went through very recently, I think within the last 24 hours, and their score, while the assessments is still being conducted, the current active score is 92. Which is amazing. If I'm not mistaken, that's kind of like falls into the Tether range. It might even be rated better than Tether right now. So obviously, fantastic news on the major Certic audit, which is like one of the biggest audits you can have. So far, amazing scores from Hoge Finance, which just is kind of cements it in its kind of certifies it, so to speak, which is what audits are for. So you can see currently sitting at 92, although it does say the project is still undergoing assessment, security assessments. And then if you move down a little bit, they got some ratings here that give you static rating, on-chain monitoring, all the stuff you can look at. So if you guys want to go look at this in detail, it's certic.org. They do, it's a major auditing company that looks over cryptocurrencies, among other things, to give certification to these companies. But if you go to Certic and just type in Hoge Finance, you can get all the detailed information you want. Whew, okay, I had to fly through that. I'm sorry, you guys. Like I said, concerned about the power here with the storms happening, but I wanted to try and smash in as much of that information as I could. But now that that's officially out of the way, we can touch on some pricing and some coin market cap recaps. So let me do a coin market cap recap, then we'll come right back to some Hoge coin, some Hoge Finance discussion, and some other things. So here we go, the coin market cap recap, ladies and gentlemen. at the Breadly Assassin live stream. And before we get too far, don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. We got tons of room for likes and subscribes right now. We only have 40 likes and we have over 100 people viewing. So please smash that like button. Moving on, the entire crypto space is actually up today. We noticed some positive movement, up to $1,778 billion in the entire cryptocurrency space today. Bitcoin sitting at a $1,081 billion market cap at a $58,000 coin. We have Ethereum at $1,823. Cardano, ladies and gentlemen, all the way up to $1.32. That's up 14% on the 7-day. And like we said, you have to hold these projects that are fundamentally sound with amazing partnerships and everything. Those are your stable projects. Binance Coin at number 4 with $261. Tether at number 5, the dollar coin. Polkadot comes in at number 6 at $35.67. XRP at 47 cents. Uniswap at $30.80. Litecoin at $203. Chainlink up to $30.64. My number 2 favorite long-term investment in all of the crypto space. And like I said, with the amazing news on Chainlink and Grayscale, you can expect to see this continually climb in the next few weeks, I would assume. Bitcoin Cash coming in at number 11. And moving down, we have Theta at $7.73 now. Dogecoin down to the number 17 spot, but not because of lack of market cap. It's just because of increased market cap in other coins. Because even though we're down to 17th place, we are holding steady at about 5.8 cents. And then we have Vechain in the number 19 spot at 7.6 cents, up almost 20% on the 7-day and up about 2.5% on the 24-hour. Let's see, coming down a little bit, Tron at 5.4 cents. Chili's or Chili's, I think it's I call it Chili's, at 57 cents. And Sushi Swap at 19.73. The Graph at $1.73. Engine Coin at $2.47. And Polygon, aka Matic, at 40 cents. So that's the quick and dirty coin market cap recap from the Breadly Assassin. And we'll move back into the mainstream and do a little price discussion. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm sure the pink elephant in the room is Hoge Finance. So let's move on down to the Hoge graphic, please. Okay, so this is obviously Hoge Finance isn't listed on a lot of exchanges yet, so I can't pull the graphics and whatnot that I want to have. So we're gonna have to just bear with this. So let me fix my camera. Whoa. Let me fix my camera real quick. Okay, so yeah, we're sitting at about 0.000359 right now, which is actually. And you know, I know it's hard to see right now. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, the thing is with Hoge Finance is the coin's a month old, ladies and gentlemen, but it's doing everything it needs to do on the development side and on the community side. It's got an amazing community. The development team is not sleeping. They're continuously updating and giving a lot of updates and news and information. And the most important recently being the incredible score on Certex audit that went through in the last 24 hours, which is needed to move on to other bigger exchanges. And of course, you know, the audit is still ongoing and it should be finished probably, I would assume, within the next couple of days. And once that happens, then it's like giving a passport and the okay for the other exchanges to bring them on. And from what I've read, and you know, this isn't confirmed, it was just some people said that they knew this, so it's kind of like information I just came across. But I read that to be listed on Binance, that you need like $2 million and like a certain amount of it's like a $2 million per year listing, and they needed a guaranteed amount of users or wallets or something like that. So you know, that those kinds of things, they may happen, they may not, but you need that audit from Certex to happen to move on to larger exchanges like that. So So that's being happened. That's everything you need to be done. And like I said at the beginning of the stream, what happens with these coins, and I know it, you can't move or invest into a coin that's a month old and not expect these kinds of things, ladies and gentlemen. You see, you have a very, very small market cap in terms of money, right? In comparison to other cryptos, popular cryptos anyway. So a lot of the early investors, the first couple of weeks of the project, people were able to buy billions of these coins at almost nothing. So you've got a lot of wallets out there with crazy significant amounts of Hoge Finance coin. So while the market cap is steadily building and increasing, and we were up to like 0.0008 cents just a few days ago before the BKEX launch. And so what happens is you have tons of these wallets with significant amounts of coins pulling profits. And so every time like 100 million or 200 million of these coins are sold, it's right now, because the market caps are low, it's significant, and it's going to dramatically affect the coin price. So you're going to see what looks like a crash, even though it's just a dip from people selling off. But in the same aspect, as fast as it can drop, it can climb up that fast too, because of the small market cap. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, in that aspect. So yes, you're going to see a lot of validity early in the coin's life, and that's very expected. So if you invested in Hoge and you believe in the project and like the tokenomics of it and stuff like that, if you can afford to hold and stay patient, that's what I would highly suggest to do. Obviously, with the coin down to 3.6 right now, I'm kind of even, and I'm absolutely fine with that. Even if I was at a loss, I certainly wouldn't be selling. You never want to invest in a coin and sell at a loss. The coin is very new. It's doing everything it needs to do. Every time these hundreds of millions of coins are being sold off and stuff like that, people that are holding are getting a share of that 1%. So your coin is growing while all this is happening. It might look dramatic now with the actual, if you're just looking at the price of the coin, but keep in mind, all this stuff, every time you have these paper hands and people selling and all this stuff, if you're holding, you're acquiring 1% of every one of those transactions, while another 1% is being burned completely. So ultimately, you are actually gaining value during all this. So in my opinion, in a coin this early, if you are invested in Hoge, I just suggest holding and being patient and giving the coin time for the tokenomics to take effect. Not everyone is in that position, but clearly it seems like the smart thing to do, because that just plays into exactly what the coin is, the deflationary aspect of the cryptocurrency. So I hope that gives some people a little bit of peace of mind. I know it's hard to watch, and look, I'm invested, I'm in the middle of it too. But if you want the coin's tokenomics to work for you, then you should be holding and taking advantage of the shared liquidity and the 1%, and take advantage of that 1% burn. Okay, so let's go back to the mainstream here. All right, and for those that are not too familiar with Hoge Finance or just learning about it and whatnot, I do have a video on the Bradley Assassin YouTube channel that discusses Hoge Finance in detail, what it is and how you can purchase it and all those aspects. So that's that. And Business Party Project says, I really dig staking Vechain in the Exodus wallet. Already gained like 5 VeThor tokens. Yes, my biggest bag I hold is Vechain. It's my favorite long-term project. I think it's the best cryptocurrency project in the entire cryptocurrency space. I think it's the most undervalued, and I picked March as my breakout month for Vechain, and so far so good with all the announcements and all the partnerships and all the massive upgrades in the network. But I personally hold my Vechain on Exodus as well, and it does produce VeThor coins for you, and it's very fun to watch because even VeThor recently has seen a substantial increase in growth. And what can happen eventually, if you continue to work on your bags of Vechain and the coin continues to grow and the VeThor continues to grow, what's going to happen is eventually you're going to end up with a big enough bag of Vechain so that your growth, that the VeThor that's being produced by Vechain can work as like a I mean, you could practically live off the interest of that in about a decade or so. Let's say Vechain moves to $4 to $5 in 10 years. Okay. Well, you have the value of Vechain, but at that point, I would assume Vthor would probably be worth around between 50 cents and $1 a piece. And if you're holding a few 100,000 or upwards of 1 million Vechain, you know, those Vthor tokens that are, you know, the thousands of Vthor tokens that are being produced for you every few days or every month or so, you know, like I think, for instance, I hold about 700,000 Vechain, okay? And in the last 30 days, I think I produced between 8 and 9,000 Vthor. Well, those 8 or 9,000 Vthor at one day, if we're running at 50 cents, I mean, you're making $3,000 or $4,000 a month on the coins that are being produced by Vechain. Yeah, that's why that's a hold too, not, you know, in on top of the actual project and the value it brings and everything else. You know, you have to look at it in that term. I mean, what else can you be doing in a handful of years that's going to be making you passive income like Vechain will being producing Vthor tokens, you know? All right, let's see. Mr. Toth says, show him the article I sent you. Mentioned in it. Oh, yeah. I didn't even, yeah. Let me show everybody what the community found. That was just absolutely crazy. Let's see. I'm going to have to pull it up in Discord. Let's see. Let me let Discord load up real quick, and I'm going to show you guys. I didn't even know this was a thing. And the my community found this and brought it to my attention on Discord. Let me see if I can find the link real quick. Give me a second. I got to scroll up and try and find it. Let's see. Okay. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This blew my mind. I'm gonna post a link for everyone real quick. This was an article done on Hoge Finance, okay? And the community brought this to my attention. Apparently, oh wait, that's the Discord channel link. Will that work? Probably not. Huh? Hold on. God dang it. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if this works. Maybe this. Okay, if that works, let me know, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, it was an article on Hoge Finance. Very, very in-depth, very detailed, really nice article. And if you scroll down about, I guess, a little more than 3/4 down, the gentleman refers to some saying how the Hoge Finance and the community and the coin doesn't really grow by people that aren't informative or don't have knowledge in the crypto space and aren't basically crypto fanatics. And he refers to some famous porn star, I think, and himself maybe, and a third guy who is me. And he has a picture of me streaming and a link to my Hogecoin video that I have on the Bradley Assassin YouTube channel. So I was really freaked out to find that someone quasi famous, or at least is an influential person in the crypto space, used me as a reference when discussing crypto and Hogecoin in particular. So pretty exciting to see anytime you're on there, you know. But if you guys want to take a look at that, that was pretty cool. So thanks everyone for bringing that to my attention. I would have never seen it because I spent so much time just pulling information and news and all that sort of stuff for everyone here. I miss a lot of that stuff. So I really need you guys to continue to do stuff like that. And I really appreciate it. Okay, just triple checking some settings. So let's see. Trying to catch up. There's so much information today. I feel like I just threw it at everybody, but hopefully if you guys want to go back and triple check any of my information, stuff like that, you can, you guys can just go back and watch a recording of the stream that will be uploaded after this. And Mr. Smeet says, do you think Vechain is going to Coinbase? And if Vechain is going to Coinbase, is the price getting high? Yes, I think eventually it will get on Coinbase. I really do. You know, I don't know that what this, you know, the stipulations involved in making it to Coinbase. I don't think anyone does. But, you know, Cardano made it on, and they're obviously not an Ethereum blockchain project. And it seemed like for the longest time, Coinbase was really trying to cater to the Ethereum tokens, you know. But it's really positive to see Cardano move on to there. So, and I know it's not the only one, but that's kind of what we needed. And truly, Vechain, like I said, I believe is the best cryptocurrency project in the entire crypto space. The partnerships alone are monumental. The development team is amazing. Everything about the coin, everything. And it's really awkward that the coin has been suppressed this long, and it's taken this long for it to pick up steam. But I think when it comes down to it, truly, I mean, you have to look at market cap. You know, it's going to have to be profitable for Coinbase to move into it. And I think right now with the attention and everything, it's moving right into the path that I would think would land it onto Coinbase. So yes, I do think it's going to get on Coinbase. When? I really don't know. I mean, we've been hoping for a couple years now and it hasn't happened, but I think it's going to be sooner rather than later at this point. And do I think it's going to affect the price? Yes, it will, definitely, because the majority of the time history shows that whenever a coin is listed on Coinbase, it typically gains about 15 to 20% right off jump, and leading up to it. You know, like, I mean, once it's announced, you'll see it ramp up, and then you'll get a little bit once it lands on Coinbase. So I can definitely see at least a 10 to 15% increase on Coinbase news. And when that's going to happen, I do not know. It's just speculation at this point, but it seems like it would make a lot of sense. Okay, let's see. Why has Cardano been going crazy? Well, Mr. George Carter, it was officially announced in the last day or so that Cardano is going to be listed on Coinbase. It is actually going to be listed on Coinbase Pro first. And obviously that's going to lead up to a Coinbase listing. So the announcement that Cardano is going to officially be a coin available on Coinbase is why Cardano has really been taking off in the last 24 hours. Which is why I suggest to hold on fundamental projects like that. Like everyone knows, I tout Cardano. We know I tout Vechain. We know I feel strongly about Dogecoin. Hoge Finance is my new favorite project. That's the newest coin. It's only a month old, so you can expect to see tons of validity, but it's very interesting. I love the tokenomics and whatnot. So yeah, tons of information. But on all these fundamental coins that we discuss here all the time on the Bradley Assassin YouTube channel, you need to hold those fundamental coins. Those are your long-term investments. Those are the ones that are going to come back, that'll make could potentially make life-changing money depending on your investment. In fact, let's take a look at Cardano. We haven't touched on it yet today in detail. And as we can see right now, just look at the graph, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the graph. You see, so what happens with Coinbase is they officially list coins on Thursdays. The announcement for the Cardano listing was made Tuesday, I believe. But about the Coinbase Pro listing, but with the anticipation of it actually landing on Coinbase tomorrow, that's why it's taking off. Okay, Mr. Vance R with the $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Very generous. Says, hey Bradley, I like the little icon, by the way. I was hoping you could go over again the easiest way to buy Hoge and Vechain because I haven't had luck with KuCoin. Yeah, sure. Real quick. I personally have purchased my Hoge coin using my MetaMask wallet linked to Uniswap. That's actually how they suggest doing it on the Hoge.finance website. Now, since that website, they've actually added two major exchanges, or one major exchange and another swap in 1 inch, I believe. But on the site, Hoge.finance, they have a very detailed way for you to do it using MetaMask linked to Uniswap. In fact, I go over that in detail on my Hoge Finance video on YouTube, on the Bradley Assassin YouTube channel. But ultimately what you want to do is either if you don't have a MetaMask wallet, you go to MetaMask and create a wallet. MetaMask is a web browser based wallet. What that allows you to do is you can then fund that wallet with Ethereum from another exchange that you normally use for funding or whatever else. So once you send your Ethereum to your MetaMask wallet, you then go to Uniswap, and in Uniswap, you link to your MetaMask wallet. And once it's linked, then you can swap your Ethereum for Hogecoin there. So that's how they suggest to do it. That's how I personally did it. It's very simple, and their guide on Hoge.finance walks you right through it. Now, as far as Vechain, I've only ever purchased Vechain two ways. The way that I prefer to do it is I do use KuCoin. Now, if you haven't had luck with KuCoin, as you said, you can swap it on Exodus. Now, the fees are a little high on Exodus, but that was the original way I do it. I had to do it before I got in on KuCoin. Exodus is a phone and browser based wallet. That's actually where I store my Vechain, and I earn my VThor tokens there. But if you can swap coins on Exodus as well. So for instance, if you have Bitcoin and or Ethereum in your Exodus wallet, it allows you to swap directly for Vechain there. There are other ways to do it, but that's the two ways that I personally do it, and that's all I can confidently respond on. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Very, very generous. Okay, let's see. Mr. Alex Lamper asks, can I somehow buy Hoge or move Ethereum to my MetaMask wallet cheaper than the 15-ish fee? Well, the gas fees on the Ethereum network fluctuate on depending on peak times on the network. I personally sent Ethereum from my Coinbase Pro account to MetaMask. And to be honest, I didn't really notice what my fees were when doing it, because I typically don't move a small amount of coins when I do, or don't make small purchases when I do. So for me personally, the gas fees are kind of negligible. I understand if you're buying small amounts, they can be substantial. So if the fees are high at that particular time, you can take a chance and try and do it in off-peak hours. Like kind of monitor the network and see if you can get in at a less costly time. Slippage 1253. What you put it at? Okay, well I think Uniswap's default slippage is 0.5%, if I'm not mistaken. To purchase Hogecoin, they suggest you move it to 2.5%. Obviously, because you have there's multiple reasons. The most obvious are because 1% of the coin is getting burned during the transaction, and 1% is being redistributed. So there's your 2%, and then of course the 0.5%, which is the default. So they suggest you move it to 2.5%. I've had success every time at 2.5%. If you don't, you can move it upwards of 3% and try it there. But I use 2.5% and I have not had problems. Oh yes, of course you can buy Vechain on Binance as well. But because the gentleman said he didn't have luck on KuCoin, I kind of assumed that that meant he couldn't get into Binance. But for the gentleman that gave me the super chat and was asking about purchasing Vechain, obviously if you have access to Binance or Binance.us, that is probably the most recommended and safest way to do it, and easiest as well. I just cannot use Binance. ARF 2000 says, hi, will I still get the extra Hoge if I keep my Hoge in my Coinbase wallet rather than MetaMask? I would think so, my friend. Unfortunately, I've only ever held Hoge in my MetaMask wallet, so I can't 100% confirm it, but I would assume that it does gain the sharing. Flipping the Hustle says some exchanges do not charge a fee to move Ethereum to MetaMask. Okay, thank you, man. Did I see the Morgan Stanley Bitcoin news? Yes, I did. I just didn't report on it because I had so much stuff to get through. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had mentioned something about how they're going to start allowing some of their wealthier investors to move to invest into the Bitcoin space, but they had to have like at least 2 million in holdings or something like that. I didn't want to get way into that. With all the other news I had today, perhaps we'll go over that tomorrow once that news is kind of finalized. And let's move back to the mainstream, you guys. Even though it's fun to watch Cardano right now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Filecoin was booming today, Mr. William Figueroa, because it was announced as one of the 5 coins that Grayscale is going to be moving into. So anytime you have institutional money coming to invest into your space, it's going to either blow up from that or the anticipation of the money moving into the coin. So that's exactly why Filecoin was moving. And Cardano, ladies and gentlemen, you see how funny that works? And I mentioned that, you have to get used to the crypto space. When a coin is real stagnant or whatnot and not doing stuff or has just corrected off of an all-time high, it can be really hard to grasp and whatnot. But in coins with these fundamentals and long-term and governmental level partnerships and projects and everything like that, you have to hold, you have to be patient and understand. And then, of course, it just took a couple of weeks for Cardano, for the news you wanted, being announced that they're going to be listed on Coinbase, and all of a sudden Cardano is the number one, and it's a big deal. So holding and being patient usually pays off, but it can be tricky, especially on very, very young coins such as Hoge Finance. It's all over the place right now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to put the ADA ticker back on, huh? Let's see. Let's see if I can fix it up for you guys. How's that? Boom. So pretty. Yeah, now as time goes on and I get my graphics all in order, because like I told you guys, I lost all my settings about a month ago, but now I have all that in place and I can just kind of toggle and switch and give the community what they want. Mr. Stephen Toth still recommending HTR, saying he's doing well with it. Congratulations, my friend. Mr. Abbas asks, is it good time for entry into Doge? Yeah, there's always a lot going on with Doge. Doge continues to stay positive, especially with so many influential celebrities and or people in seats of power getting behind the coin. As recently as Mr. Elon Musk saying that he really wants to see Dogecoin on Coinbase. Now, we don't know if he has that much influential power or if it's going to happen. I mean, there's many more deserving projects that deserve to be on Coinbase. But ultimately, if this push continues and people stay forthright with the movement, yeah, I think it's a fine time to invest in Dogecoin. Remove the Ethereum, man. Ethereum looks good. Yeah, I can stick Hoge up there and move them around, but then I'm gonna have to move them around, and it's kind of hard to place them exact. I just so happen to have Hogecoin directly behind Cardano, and I just switched it out. So we'll go with that for now. We're currently 49 minutes into the stream. I'm gonna stream for about an hour today, so I'll make the changes tonight, my friend. Johnny, is Hoge doomed? Not unless you bought 2 days ago and are selling today. You have to sometimes, when in doubt, zoom out. If you invested in Hoge Coin, I don't think you invested to sell within the last day, did you? If you did, then you're perhaps a little more of a day trader than I'll ever be. But the truth is that the community is fantastic and growing. In fact, from Friday, I put out the Hoge Coin video Friday. We've more than doubled the amount of wallets since then. We've had a major exchange come out. We've passed one audit that allowed it onto BKEX. The second audit right now is sitting at a 92 percentile ranking that's going to be finished in a few days probably. That will allow more exchanges to come onto, or I should say it will allow Hoge onto more exchanges at that point. And then of course, every time these massive sell-offs are happening from all the early, the billions of coins that were purchased very early, while it affects the price, it's helping you. You're getting 1% of those transactions. So the truth is, if the momentum continues as it is with Hoge Coin and the market cap continues to build, those big wallets continue to sell off, it's actually doing what it needs to do. It's just from an exact specific coin value, it's down, yes, but the truth is, it's kind of what you needed to do. The coin's a month old. You can only expect so much. And Dogecoin moving again right now, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Burdett, thank you for the compliment. Appreciate it. And I know it felt a little rushed today, you guys. But like I mentioned, and for those that missed the beginning of the stream, we're having some severe weather here in South Louisiana, and they said that power can cut out at any time. So I felt like I had to throw all this news out. And there was a lot of news because of the Vechain AMA with Mr. Sonny Liu. I mean, they dropped everything on us, like another 6 or 7 partnership announcements. And what he said, and he said this many times, there's so many non-disclosure agreements with Vechain. He waits for the companies to come out and say that they're on board with Vechain before he gets into it. So there's a bunch of stuff happening that he just couldn't speak of. But then of course I had projected that not long after the announcement of Vechain 2.0 going on testnet, that we should start hearing some news about Proof of Authority 2.0, basically Vechain 2.0 soon. And he announced yesterday that it's on testnet. So they dropped all of this on us at once, and we're trying to get all this news across to everyone. But it does feel rushed and kind of like muddled. But trust me, it's all positive. It's all fantastic. And that's just going to continue for Vechain. So yeah, and then of course I had the Cardano news with the Coinbase listing. We had the Grayscale moving into Chainlink. I mean, it was like you go for a week without hardly any news, and I'm trying to dig up everything I can to keep the streams, informative and at least entertaining. And then all of a sudden, I'm trying to squeeze this in on a day when I have tornadoes and hailstorms outside. It's like, Can we space this out a little bit, please? Mr. Ponyo Susuke, welcome back, my friend, says, when Hoge goes to more and more exchanges, wonder how the interest will work, especially with the exchange wallet. Well, they basically said that 1% of the transaction is distributed to every wallet. So, of course, it's going to be less and less based on percentage wise because, like I said, as of Friday morning when I made the video, there were about 14,000 wallets or so. And now there are about 30,000 wallets. So more than doubled, which means you were getting twice as much out of that 1% than you are now. Kind of, if you want to look at it that way. But the more exchanges you have and the more volume is being traded and moved, bought and sold and traded, that's just that many more 1%. So while technically and mathematically, as the wallets grow, you get less, but as the volume increases, you get more. So it might kind of be a wash. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Miss Stephanie Deaton, welcome back. Thank you again, Miss Stephanie Deaton, for always taking the time out to share and retweet my live streams and my giveaways and stuff like that. I notice it and I don't comment on it enough, but thank you and thank everyone. Really appreciate everyone doing their part to continue the Bradley Assassin growth. That way we can continue with these giveaways and all the cool stuff that we try and do here for everyone. But she says, I wish Hoge had more history data. I want a price prediction. I have 670K. Yeah, I wish we could graph it out a little bit better as well. But the truth is, it's kind of a good thing that we're aware of it and are into it in case it does become something. Then we can come back and say, man, remember when Hoge was so cheap and so new we couldn't even graph it, but we just bought a bunch of it because we didn't know? Wouldn't that be cool to say? Because you never know. You never know with these projects. You don't. And look, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert. Please don't invest more than you can afford to lose. But if it becomes something and the tokenomics say it should, then we might be glad that we couldn't graph it, right? Universal Gamer says, luckily I got into Cardano before it broke $1, and it seems like there has been a good pump because of the stimulus checks. Do you think Cardano could possibly break $2 before it gets listed on Coinbase? I think that might be pushing it. I think that might be pushing it because I think it's supposed to get listed tomorrow. If we settle around the one, now all-time high was $1.49 if I'm not mistaken. If we settle in around between $1.30 and $1.40, I think that would be absolutely amazing, because then you can expect some investment money to come into it starting tomorrow on top of what we have. Now it could retrace a little bit from here as well. I mean, you really don't know, but if you end up with around $1.30 coin, $1.40 coin, that would be amazing. Being that just 3 days ago we were at $1.05 or so. You know, you kind of have to look at it that way. That's some significant gains, yeah, for a coin with a market cap as substantial as Cardano's. 4 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and then I'm going to have to take a break. Daryl Lynn, I see you, Texas. What part of Texas you from, Daryl? I got some family out there. Mr. Sammy or Samai, could Vechain reach $1 soon? It's going to be a while before Vechain reaches $1. I was hoping to see a 20 to 25 cent coin at some point this year, with it approaching $1 towards at some point at the end of next year. And that's only because even though all these projects are in waiting and are being announced with the POA 2.0, with all that amazing stuff happening, that doesn't mean that all of a sudden they're going to be on board burning VeThor. I mean, yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because it still takes a while to kind of incorporate all their products onto the blockchain and into the network and all that stuff. Because even Walmart China, like they've been on with Vechain for probably a year or so now. Correct me if I'm wrong. And from my understanding, they've only got like 35 to 40% of the products that they want on the blockchain and in the network in. So it takes a long time. I mean, this is some corporate level stuff we're talking about, industrial level stuff. So it takes a while, but I do think Vechain can hit $1 in the next couple years. March Madness, that's right. I saw that, huh? Okay, let's see. Copper and Silver Stacker, welcome, my friend. You know, I was supposed to make you a moderator the other day, and you slipped by, but I got you now, bruh. Got you now. Ha! Caught you. Okay, let's see. I'm from Seminole, but live down in the Mexican border. Oh yeah, that's way down there. I have family like around the Sugar Land and Tomball area. Thanks for hopping in though, man. I appreciate it. Everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. I only got a couple minutes left on the stream today, but if you do, if you are interested in subscribing, make sure to turn the notification bell to all. That way you don't miss any of our live streams, any of my uploads. On Mondays, we vote what the community wants me to give away for the upcoming Friday giveaways, so you don't want to miss those either. We just have a lot of stuff going on here at the Bradley Assassin YouTube channel, and we always do everything we can, but we need the likes and the subscribes to continue to grow. Do I think Cardano can touch $5? Yes, but not in the immediate. That's a 2 or 3 year kind of thing, but I do think it can get there. And people, please, look, I don't know what, you guys ladies and gentlemen, how y'all invest or how y'all view investing. You know, if you're trying to turn it really quickly, make some money, if y'all trade a lot, you know. But I personally am for long term, almost all my investments. So for me, I'd rather be uncomfortable for 1 or 2 years to be comfortable for 10 or 20. So, you know, if you're investing in Vechain now, in Cardano now, and have, you know, and plan on holding, you know, you will see bigger, longer, more profitable gains in the long term on these fundamental projects, in my opinion. I'm not an expert, but that's how I look at it. Yes, CRO mainnet from Mr. Brian Gar's a good call. That could be substantial. We have seen CRO move in the last few weeks, but it's gonna move really hard once that happens. Fouchon, you've flown out of Fouchon, Mr. Darrell Lynn. Yeah, man, I got a lot of friends that work offshore. I'm from Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, which is like the heart of Cajun country, and a lot of this area are involved in the oil field. And a lot of my friends I know fly out of Fouchon. Chopper out, they say. They chop out of Fouchon. Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We hit the dollar mark. I hope the information wasn't too fast paced today. If you guys want to go back and triple check on some of that stuff, you can always go back and rewatch the live stream after I sign off. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the links in the description. Tomorrow we should be back with another live stream if everything goes well. Don't forget, Friday is our giveaway. We will be giving away 150,000 Hoge Finance coins. If you guys want more information on that, hop into the Breadly Assassin YouTube channel. We've got the giveaway video. We've got the Hoge coin video if you want to look into that in detail. Also in the video, I give some information on how you can purchase it. There's also a little tutorial I threw out there on the Breadly Assassin YouTube page that goes over notification settings. Turns out it can be a little confusing because while YouTube has their own set of notification settings, as do your phone, and they're actually separate and can conflict with each other. So I made a little tutorial on that just for you to double check. It just takes a few minutes. It actually already helped a few people in our Discord that they weren't aware of some of that stuff, and it'll show you some things to check so you don't miss out on the notifications and whatnot. But that's it for now. Thanks everyone. If you guys need something, you can send me a message on Facebook. You can send me a message on Twitter. You can comment in the comment sections. I usually check all that stuff throughout the day so I can keep on it. But other than that, stay safe, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Goodbye.